Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Tarot Talk Show, only on the ParaEncounters Network. And I'm your host, Rebecca Brown. And you know Tarot Tim is with me tonight, broadcasting live from Dover, Delaware. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Rebecca. Hey, everybody.
Well, I usually say it's a beautiful day here in the hills of Northern California, but it is not today, actually, with all the wildfires we have going on. It's a very smoky day here in the hills of Northern California. Like, it's so awful, Tim. The smoke is really, really bad. It's like blocking out the sun. It looks foggy out there, but it's not. It's just the smoke is so terrible. I'm like congested. And you know, it's funny. I think that the energy even has changed, like around town and just with people, you know, like people I think are on edge, maybe more than they would be otherwise. So it's been crazy. Anyway, if you missed our last show, our anniversary show, the show is now 1 year old. That show is now archived on our YouTube channel, which you can access by searching The Tarot Talk Show, and also on our website, tarottalkshow.com. And there you can access all of our archived episodes, guest bios, and more. So we've got that all uploaded. We had a great show and a great conversation on tarot card combinations, which if you have any tarot card combinations that you would like Tim and I to weigh in on, feel free to email them to our email address, thetarottalkshow@gmail.com. And of course, as always, be sure to like us on Facebook and check us out on the Twitter, all at the Tarot Talk Show. So Tim, how has your week been?
It has been odd. The energy is just very chaotic everywhere, and you know, lots of peaks and valleys.
It's been a crazy roller coaster, yeah, for everyone involved. And I know we've got like the big kind of dragnet of the, you know, astrological energy, but I really feel that it is manifesting for people personally, like in their own lives. They're you know, it's just like this. We just gotta ride it out, you know. So yeah, it's been crazy for you too, huh?
Yeah, and I think it's everyone is just in the position where we all need to kind of pull it in and take care of ourselves right now and chill out, because when I was shuffling my deck, getting ready for the show, what decided it had to pop out? That Four of Swords. So everyone needs to take a chill pill.
Right. The Four of Swords. Well, one of the titles of that card is Day of Rest After Strife, and that's definitely, yeah, kind of where we are. And it's a great card. I know a lot of people tend to flinch maybe a little bit when it comes to the Four of Swords, because it looks like a dead guy just kind of laying there, you know. But I personally love the Four of Swords. I think it's beautiful and restful, and it kind of has like a very dreamlike quality to it. I feel. So I love that card.
I like it as a heads up as opposed to when you've ignored it and made yourself sick, you know? Mm-hmm. So I like it as a proactive card in taking care of the self.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and yeah, absolutely. When that card comes up in kind of a proactive position, or what can I do, or what's the guidance, then yeah, to pull it back a little bit is absolutely the suggestion. And it's funny because if you ignore that message, like you know, you're going to be forced to slow down one way or the other. And then you're looking at, being sick, or maybe like accidents or delay that really is out of your hands. So yeah, if you can pull it back and really, you know, take care of the self and try and control it with as much as you can in that manner, then yeah, absolutely, it's the thing to do. So yeah, take your day of rest after strife, people. It's definitely the hint with the Four of Swords. So, Tim, did you get anything in the mail? Have you bought any new decks? It's been a while since we talked about this.
I haven't got anything tarot-wise new in a little while.
Have you gotten any new oracles?
No, I haven't. Actually, I want to order the Mary L. Tarot is the next thing I want to get.
Mm-hmm. I love that deck. Love that deck. Oh my God. And I would love to have her on the show. Absolutely. So I need to kind of reach out to her. But that deck is incredible. The art, amazing.
The strength card for me in that deck is just amazing.
Yes.
Because it takes it to that whole next level.
Yeah.
But that's actually sitting in my cart, but that has to wait until, payday tomorrow.
Oh, sure. Of course. Right. Yeah, it's a great deck. You'll love it. And it comes even with this really big companion book. It's not just a little white one. It's like a book that comes with it. So, yeah, it's a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous deck. I love it. That's the one that I read with every year when I do my birthday reading, and I draw a card for each of the months. And the images, the way that her art is, it's so fluid. And so the cards really work well sequentially like that because they kind of melt together. And it's really, really an amazing deck. Well, I know on the show I have blasted Oracle cards. So I think it's funny that my latest acquisition here is the Isis Oracle. Oh. And I think either it's the same, the same author or the same creator. It's either the same creator or the same artist that does the gods and goddesses Oracle decks. What is it like? Oh, Heroes and Titans versus Sirens and something. You know what I'm saying, right?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. That's the same artist.
Okay, same artist. Okay, yeah. So this is the Isis Oracle, and it's like really good. It's really cool. And what I also love about it is that it comes with this great big book, and they have rituals here for each of the Oracle cards, which I think is really awesome. Like if you draw the High Priestess, they've written in here Ritual of the High Priestess. So like there's this little ritual and incantation and spell thing that goes with it. So it's really neat. It's very multifaceted deck. And I love it. I think it's so cool. But I've been hooked on Egyptian stuff since I was a tiny child. I was like 6 years old, and all I wanted to do was read about mummies. Like I was obsessed. It was crazy. So I love Egyptian culture and everything.
There's the decks that we were talking about.
Titans and goddesses and sirens, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those are on my wish list. Those are in my Amazon box for sure. One of these days. Well, Tim, what I thought we would do today is play a little, it's kind of like a game / just spread, really. And it is from this nifty book, Tarot Games. Oh, okay. Tarot Games, 45 playful ways to explore tarot cards together, a new vision for the circle of community. And it's by Kate Johnson and Mara DeShaw, with a preface by Vicki Noble. And Harper San Francisco is the publisher. So this is what we're going to kind of play around with. Let's shuffle the cards. So we're going to shuffle the cards, and then it says make deck face down. I don't know about you. I don't really have a whole lot of room in front of me, so we can just shuffle them, and then we can just draw 4. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, so choose 4 cards. We'll shuffle and then choose 4. And this game is called Completion.
And are we face down, face up? Does
face
it matter?
down. Yeah, keep them face down, but it doesn't matter what order. Like, the order doesn't matter.
Okay. That's about all the room I have.
I know, right? Yeah, it says shuffle them or mix the whole deck, I guess. And so it's like a pool, and then you pluck 4, but I don't have that kind of space in front of me. I wish I could. Okay. And what deck are you using, by the way?
I've got the Robin Wood out.
Oh, the good old Robin Wood, yes, classic.
I stand by for, 15 years now. I get all these other decks, but the Robin Wood always pulls me back in.
It does, and it's a classic and a workhorse deck for so many people, for sure. Well, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati, which is put out by Eric C. Dunn. Is it Dunn or Dune? I'm not sure which. But it's a deck that's really gained a following in the community. And I believe he's putting out his second deck, Tarot Apocalypse or Apocalypse Tarot, something like that, which is kind of in the same vein. Only a little bit more, maybe a little bit more wacky. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's really cool what he's done. Okay, so I've got 4 cards. Okay, so I'm picking 4. Okay, so what this kind of is a snapshot about just what's going on in our lives right now. Like, what do we need to know? But we combine these cards in an interesting way. So, okay, hold up your 4, the back side though, so I can't see the front.
Ah.
Okay, so okay, so this, I guess we'll start with you. We'll do your reading first.
Okay.
Okay, or do you want me to go first? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so you pick one of my cards.
The second one, it's kind of it looks separated from the other 3.
This one?
Nope, the other one.
This one.
That one.
Okay, this one. Okay, so it's Temperance.
Oh.
Do you have Temperance in your hand?
Nope.
No. Do you have another major in your hand?
I do.
Okay, what major is that?
The Magician.
The Magician. Oh, cool. Okay, so according to this then, because our majors, do you have another major in your hand or no?
No.
Okay, so these would go together as a pair. So we've got Temperance and the Magician, so we'll put those together. That's our first combo. Okay, pick another one.
The one all the way to the end on your ring finger. Yep. That one.
Ace of Pentacles. So do you have an ace or a Pentacles card?
I do have a Pentacles. I have the 3 of Pentacles.
Oh, do you have another ace?
No.
No. Okay, so these will go together. Okay, pick one more.
You're right.
This.
Mm-hmm.
3 of Pentacles. Okay. Do you have another 3?
No.
No? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is kind of, okay, so this would go with that. That's interesting. Okay, we've got 2, 3 of Pentacles. And then the last one, the Star, which is another major. So you're out of majors. What's your last, okay. What's left in your hand?
Have the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Wands.
Oh, okay, cool. So that would kind of like go with the Star, just as leftovers. You know, I'm getting a lot of like manifestation from this for you, because Temperance and the Magician, that's all about alchemy, really. Well, in alchemy, creation, alchemy, and alchemy is one of the words for temperance. So that Magician, creation, and then Ace of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles, and then you drew a 3 of Pentacles. So this is like work stuff for you, but something new. So we've got the Ace here. New beginnings, new seeds. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it's sounds like get to work.
That's right, Witch. You better work.
Yeah, because it's about starting it, but it's also about doing the work and mastering it. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's mastery too with the Magician. Yeah, that's such a powerful card.
Right. Well, yeah, and he brings everything out. He can, make reality out of all that illusion and dreams, and so yeah, makes sense.
Totally. Well, I like it because you've got those 2 majors, Temperance and Magician, and then the grounding. Yeah, the grounding of the Pentacles. This is great. Okay, and then I had the Star left over. That was my other major here. So you've got like 3 majors and an 8-card draw. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then you had the 9, what was it, the 9 of Wands?
9 of Wands.
Okay. And the
10
of
of Cups.
Okay, so 9 of Wands, 10 of Cups, kind of with the Star thrown in there too.
That's interesting.
Good stuff for you. That's a great read.
Yeah, I think so. I wrote it down so I don't forget.
Yeah, some good stuff. Well, and when we do, this kind of thing and readings and pulling cards, what I also like to notice is what's missing. We're missing the swords.
That is true.
So the swords could be like the structure, the discipline, the yeah, structure, discipline. I don't want to say willpower because I feel like the wands is willpower, pentacles is tenacity, cups is heart, maybe even passion thrown in there. So this could be structure, discipline, formulate a plan kind of thing.
Yeah. Or them being missing could just be letting go of that rigid structure and caring what people think and about right and wrong, and because universal energy sometimes is outside of the little boxes that we try and create.
No, that's true. I think with structure, I think I kind of meant like formulating a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
giving it some backbone, I think, or something. But I like this. This is a really nice draw.
Definitely be something to meditate and ponder on later too.
Yeah, it's definitely involving work with all those pentacles. Yeah, for sure. It's good.
That's funny because I have not had a reading all week. Nothing scheduled at all. But it doesn't worry me because it happens when it's supposed to happen. So.
No, it's true. You get the people that you're meant to get. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, at the same time, I keep telling you, I'm like, oh, have you signed up with this and that, and put the name out there, the brand and whatnot. So, which is very swords, really, But it's good.
Yeah.
We're reaching reader season, with Halloween coming. It's like the busy season. Yeah.
That's like my favorite day of the year anyway.
I know. What are you going to be this year?
I don't know. I have no clue, honestly. I haven't even thought about it.
Yeah.
Not even sure if I'm going to a ritual or if I'm going to do something at home by myself. Don't know.
I love it. It's one of my favorite holidays.
All I can tell you for sure is I will be watching Hocus Pocus at some point.
I know, you do that every year. Yes.
No.
I know.
Just love the Sanderson sisters. It's Sarah Jessica Parker singing that song,
All right, let's do mine. So we'll reshuffle. Well, what's at the bottom of your deck? Because I love to look at the bottom. I got 6 of Wands. Victory. Emperor. Okay. Cool. Again, structure. Structure. I know you're not inside the box. However, I feel like sometimes it's necessary to have that.
Yeah. I take my crayons and paint the inside of the box and make it all pretty and rainbowy.
Yeah, you do. Okay. Let me shuffle one more time. I think I read somewhere, I wish I could remember where, but they say that with a 78 card deck, it takes 7, I forget if it's 7 or 8, but one of the two, shuffles to really make it random again. You know what I mean? Like after you've already done it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not.
And I think with tarot,
but
Spirit will make it whatever it's supposed to be, and it's not random at all, so it doesn't really matter.
That's such a Tim answer. That's such a Gemini answer.
Cut the deck once or pull from the bottom, it doesn't matter if you switch clients or whatever, because Spirit's going to get them their message. I'm just the extension cord.
You what?
I'm just the extension cord.
Yeah, that was true.
You plug me into that universal stuff, and I'll just channel it right to you.
No, it's true. Well, and tarot's the language, We're just the interpreter, really. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's pull 4. Okay, and then I pick 4 out of your hand. I'm like, over my cards.
Hmm.
That's what I was like. I was like,
Okay. Well, yeah, it actually makes sense to you. So,
Okay, so you hold them up. Hold up your cards so I can pick the first one. Oh, give me the one. Okay, so this is your left. Give me the 1 second from your left.
This one?
Yes.
That is the 6 of Pentacles.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like, I have two. I have a Pentacles card and I have a 6. Which do you think? I don't think it specifies when that happens, what we do. Is it numerically or by suit or both?
I go with the 6.
I would too. That was my first instinct. Okay. 6 of Cups. So we have 6 of Cups and 6 of Pentacles.
Okay.
What a pretty card. I just love this deck. Look at how, like, amazing the colors are.
It's beautiful.
Like, it really is beautiful. Okay. So 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Oh, and I should be writing this down. What? I feel like all of these notes. This is craziness. Okay. I will take the card on your far right.
This one?
Yes.
And that is the 5 of Cups.
Okay. I feel like that's by itself because I don't have 5s or cups left. Okay. 5 cups, and then hold them up again. Well, do you feel like? Well, let's see what else is there. I'll take the one on your left.
That is the Queen of Pentacles.
Okay. I feel like she goes with the 8 of Pentacles I have in my hand. Okay. Which is all, this guy is totally pouring them out of the mold. Or pouring them into the mold. Okay. So what do you got left?
The 3 of Hearts. Well, hearts,
Oh, swords.
Yeah.
3 swords. Okay. 3 swords plus 3. I've got the 3 of Wands. Okay. So I feel like that goes together. And then, let's see. My oddball is the Devil. Which, do you feel like with the 5 of Cups, because 15 is like a higher form of 5, they go together? Or do you think this is like separate at the end of this read?
I think he's kind of over the whole read, actually. Is my feeling.
Okay. Yeah, I feel he's kind of, separate. Well, especially as a major. He's the only major arcana. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in this draw, in this 8-card draw. So yeah, he would be by himself. Well, very interesting. All right. Well, we got the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles. And I think we've said before, we might have even covered this in the last show on our tarot card combinations, but these two paired together, you've got a lot of like give and take, fairly benevolent, as the Cups and the Pentacles. Just a lot of giving and receiving with those two cards. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's definitely giving you a base to work off of for the rest of this reading. So it's very grounded for me.
Yeah.
It's very grounding. It's giving you a platform with which to work off of, and knowing that emotionally, financially, there's going to be the stability there that you need. You know, because the rest of it, some of it's a little hinky.
It's heavy. It's heavy. Yeah. And we'll get to that. Yeah, I feel like the start of the read, pretty solid.
Well, it's you've taken some steps to ensure that you have what you need emotionally, financially, in general. And it's very much grounded to the earth for me.
Okay.
That, your feet are planted firmly. So you've got a good stance going.
Yeah, solid
and
foundation.
that feels very balanced to me, you know?
Okay, like it. Yeah, that felt good to me too, that pairing. And the Five of Cups is kind of by itself here. Five of Cups, that's one of the heavy cards in the tarot. It's a card you learn a lot from, but it's when it appears, it's the kind of card where, I mean, there's really, I don't want to say no other way to look at it, but it's a heavy card. Like it just is. Like that's the nature of it. Emotionally, it's difficult.
It's funny that that's your phrase, you know, to look at it, because really what it's speaking to is on how you focus what you're looking at. You know, 'cause you really need to focus on the positives in your life, even as other things you're kind of letting go of and letting pass and transmogrify into something else. It's definitely an outside the comfort zone card.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because but it's all in how you look at it. You can minimize the trauma, you know, if you do have a good, strong place you're working out of and working from, and you do.
Like a solid.
So it's definitely, it's the suck it up buttercup card too, because you just need to look at the positive, quit worrying about the negatives and what's, you know, changing or gone or moving, and just focus on that merry sunshine. You know, it's like, okay, you still gotta get up, you still gotta do the hair, put on the makeup, you gotta look good, you gotta, you know, it's owning the face that you show to the world in a lot of ways.
I like that. Yeah, hold up the Five of Cups again. Yeah. Yeah, and traditional.
They really do. There's plenty of good stuff still there.
Well, exactly, and I think that's
they're looking in, but they're really looking to the side, not to the front. You know?
Well, and that's I think what that traditional, but like the Rider-Waite symbolism of that card, is to completely have your back towards what is still there. What cups are still upright? What is still full? And for all we know, there's more cups that are out of that frame. You know what I mean? So it's very true. The Five of Cups, the figure is focused on what has already been spilled. They're not looking at the horizon or what is behind them. So it's a heavy card, but there's a lot of potential with it.
Yes. Absolutely.
And I think it's funny, like in some tarot cards, I mean, depending on the deck that you have, but for some of them, there's cards within cards. And for me, I feel that the Five of Cups is definitely one of those cards with the two cups upright there. So it's almost like
you know, honestly,
there.
She's got the black cloak and everything on, and she's, you know, worried about that. But if she would throw that cloak off and show everyone her party dress and look at all that good stuff right there, you know, she's got some glitter going on under all that black. So it's definitely...
Sure. Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, because in some decks, I might be thinking of... I don't think it's the Morgan Greer. I'm not sure which one I'm thinking of, but the figure under it is like you can see a little bit of red under the. I wish I knew what deck it was, under the cloak, and which really feels like the Magician to me. Like you said, throwing off that cloak, and it's the Magician, and just standing in that power and creating something new. Yeah, I like that. I like the interpretation. Yeah, throw it off, put on your party dress, get into a Three of Cups mood. I love it. Very nice. All right, so what do we got next? We got the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles.
Queen.
This feels like work stuff to me. And I love the Queen of Pentacles. She's like so grounded, so solid, so focused. I mean, literally, she's focused on her core, but just as an overall card, I love it.
Well, she's also happy with her core.
Content.
You know,
yeah,
she's
happy.
content with that. She knows who she is. She's under no illusions or delusions or no pretense. Um, and she's perfectly happy with herself. Yeah, she knows when she needs to focus. She knows what she needs to do, and she's perfectly capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of knows that. I
Yeah.
think she's got a little bit of the Cheshire Cat in her to me. You know,
Oh.
she's. You can feel that sly smile coming. Just she knows. She's a lot more demure than she really is.
Mm-hmm.
People are, I think, surprised by her little twinkle.
Well, what I love about the Queen of Pentacles too is I feel like, of all the women, the Queen of Swords is very self-made, I feel. But I think that also the Queen of Pentacles is very self-made woman. I tend to see the Queen of Pentacles come up a lot for women who are teachers, counselors, business women, where they've done it themselves.
I think that's the difference with the Pentacles and the Queen of Swords sometimes is the Queen of Pentacles isn't as affected by having to be self-made. Sometimes the Swords gets that rough edge going,
Yeah, I agree.
You'll kind of bloody your fingers and make a blood offering whether you mean to or not when you're messing with her.
No, it's true though. Yeah,
much more rounded and grounded and
gentle. Yeah, I think, and maybe a little bit more, benevolent. I feel like the Pentacles quartz are kind of like the old souls of the tarot, because they have that benevolence and that compassion. Because, like you said, the Queen of Swords can be self-made, but she's probably let it make her bitter along the way, So, the Queen of Swords has an edge to her, which makes sense given her suit. But you're right, she's a little rough, a little bitter. Not quite
the Queen of Pentacles is kind of I don't know, she's the mom who bakes the cookies and all the kids want to be at her house and, she's like the neighborhood mom.
Right. Yeah. Takes care of people. Yeah. Nurturing, like a nurturer. Yeah. I feel like the worrywart mom's the Queen of Cups, who's like always fussing over you. Like always worried, always. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Queen of Wands is the mom that'll show up at your, high school event in a dirty dress and be like, oh my God, Mom, what are you doing?
That's right, Queen of Wands mom, yeah. The dirty dress. Or like there's like no discipline with her kids. She's like the neighborhood mom, just lets them run wild. Oh, they're kids, they gotta learn, they gotta explore, they have to experiment. And the kids are like hanging from trees and jumping off cars and
okay, if they're drunk as long as they're home, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever, kids are kids, you only live once. Like, that's totally, the Queen of Wands. Can you imagine, like, the Queen of Wands next door to the Queen of Swords? Like, those neighbors, they would have, like, they'd probably kill each other. Because the Queen of Swords likes discipline and rules and, structure. And,
it's not queens, it would be kings, but it's like the grumpy old men movies.
Yes, exactly. Right, they're trying to take each other out.
That would be the dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well,
Margaret would be the Queen of Wands.
Yes, totally. Well, it's not because that one's bad and one's good. It's just that they value different things. The Queen of Swords values, just discipline and structure. The Queen of Wands values independence, values fun, that kind of thing. So... But, I agree. Of all the queens, the Queen of Pentacles is benevolent and kind and generous, compassionate. Whatever she's been through, she's been able to really internalize it.
Yeah.
Send it for sure. Okay, cool. Well, Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pence, that's definitely work. Eight of Pentacles, one of the work cards of the tarot. So some good work stuff, hopefully, coming up for me. That would be awesome. I do love my job. So, All right, and then Three of Swords and Three of Wands. Yes. So we had talked about the Four of Swords, the day of rest after strife. Well, the Three of Swords is that strife. You are in it. You are in the middle of it. Yeah.
You are in the middle of it, but it doesn't really own you right now. You're still dealing with stuff that's in the past. You just haven't quite let it go completely.
Right. Got it.
Pain is there, but the pain is muted. It's not that brand new, awful moment. This is more you've contemplated it a while, and you're figuring out, well, with the swords, you're figuring out the right and wrong ways to deal with stuff, and
I'm looking towards the future with the Three of Wands. Yes. I love this interpretation of this card. The guy is like waiting for the ships to come in. Yeah, he's like standing on the shore, waiting for them to come in. Yeah, there's a lot of adventure and forward seeking just with.
You know what comes to mind with that card when I look at it, and what? This card and that card together. As a matter of fact, it's something I've seen a lot recently because he really does look like he's kind of getting jiggy with it, There's a meme that's been going around in several different forms. It's when you stumble, make it part of the dance. And these two cards together perfectly illustrate that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. The stasis of the Three of Swords, that pain, combined with the action of the Three of Wands, that lightness. And I like it. Yeah, and he does kind of look like he's got his wand and he's going to start dancing and moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that. Well, I think it's interesting, too, and this is also, I'm sure you do this, but when I read tarot, I like to see what other correlations there are to that card, to the threes in the other cards. And so I also feel like in the Five of Cups that you pulled, the Three of Cups is in that card as the three are spilled out on the ground. So we've got a lot of threes going on here, which is also creation, because that makes me think of the three in the tarot, the Empress. Creation.
Yeah, and that leaves us with that Devil card that's kind of over the... which, really, the Devil gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
Because it's not, the guy with the horns trying to lure you into the fiery pit for eternity.
No, it's not.
Just make sure that you're focusing on your higher good while you're going through the transformation, and not necessarily, to me, it's not taking the easy road.
Right. The thing about the Devil is the easy road.
No, but a lot of people get sidetracked into, I don't even like to use the word, but it's stuff people consider the baser or the lesser emotions. Like lust and gluttony and anger and envy and, as opposed to looking for the joy and the bliss and the happiness and the wellness and, all the higher kind of things we can focus on. To me, when the Devil shows up, it's just not for you necessarily, but in general, sometimes it's like, don't party so much. You need to focus on clarity. Yeah. It's definitely a focus on clarity card for me.
Right.
Because, the Devil can get you a little muddled thinking, and sometimes he shows up for me with addiction for people.
Oh, sure. For me, too.
And to anything. Yeah. And, of course, everyone's like, oh, my God, it's drinking. Addiction is anything. Addiction is like me playing WoW for 6 hours today when I should have been doing other things.
No, you're right. I mean, it can be anything. It's whatever we do whatever we do that's unhealthy, I should say.
I had a friend's mom in school. She was addicted to those damn Harlequin romances, and it made her life horrible because she thought, her husband should be one of those people that swoops in. It's like, honey, you live in Alabama. the boy hunts and goes fishing. He might ride up on a horse and sweep you up, but he's certainly not going to take you to Paris and wine you and dine you and, you know.
So she wanted like a Harlequin romance.
Oh, yeah. So nothing he could do was ever going to be good enough.
Well, and the devil's all about that illusion that falls apart with the card that follows, the Tower. And what is more of an illusion, really, than a Harlequin romance? And of course, we all want that. Sure, you know, of course. Who doesn't want to go on a plane to Paris and have lunch and come back and just have amazing sex? And it's all perfect and wonderful and happily ever after. Well, that's illusion, right? I mean, it's not real. It's not real. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, and especially with the Queen of Pentacles being there, it's just keep it grounded.
Sure, yeah, keep it grounded. And no, it's true, the devil's just like a distraction. It's that illusion.
And don't believe, this just popped in my head, don't believe everything people tell you.
That's what I was about to say about illusion. I was thinking, oh, I'm kind of, don't always take offered to you, Rebecca, which I have like kind of learned that lately also, just with some other lessons. But yeah, the devil, absolutely. Don't necessarily believe everything that's offered to you. There's a lot of illusion out there, and it makes you wonder. It's like trust also. The devil, trust issues, because then it's
and
can you believe? Yeah.
People work the angles, and they want something from you, be it business-wise, be it sexually, be it whatever, you know. It's all about the illusion.
Oh, sure.
I always love that.
Yeah, the devil.
I always love like that whole, will you respect me in the morning? It's like, they don't respect you now, you idiot. It's like, get the fish hook out of your mouth. It got you.
No, but that's a good point when the devil comes up in a reading, not just this reading, but any reading for you, is to really pay attention to the illusion. What is being offered to you? What looks good, but, you know, it's probably not. Yeah, right.
And that's, especially with that queen, she has really good instincts. People really need to listen with their gut much more than they do with their head. Because those instincts have been there since we started with the fight or flight thing, you know? They're there to save you. But then we've got this little, because we're civilized now. We've got that little voice that talks us out of it. Oh, they're not really a bad person. I'm just imagining that, you know, I should give them a chance. And you know, when you're tied up in the trunk, you probably regret that.
Well, sure. And like you said, we have those deep instincts, that deep knowing that something's not right. There's something he's not telling me. Even I can't put my finger on it, but I can't shake this feeling. But like you said, it's because of that need and desire, which is really the devil. Like we want so badly to believe this person, or we need to have this in our lives, or whatever. So we turn a blind eye to it. Yeah, because we want to.
How many times every pet owner probably in the world has done this? Their dog or cat has hated someone on sight that they liked, and they've poo-pooed it and talked themselves into, oh, it's just them. They're really nice. I should still be friends with them. And it bit you in the ass because you should have listened to your pet.
Right, because your pet knew.
Because the pets go by instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And theirs aren't rusty like ours because they do it all the time.
Oh, sure. Do you ever, you might do this, but I know for me, when I first meet someone, I ask myself, how does this person make me feel? Or I sense that, you know what I mean? Like, do I feel sick? Do I feel anxious? Like, how do I feel? Do I feel gross? Like some people, and I don't mean physically, but like when you're around them, I just, like, you feel like you need a shower. And there's like, they might be fine on the outside, but you just feel like it's just dirty and just not right. Like that's instincts. But then later, because you want to like this person or feel like you should like them or whatever, you talk yourself out of it. Oh, I'm just tired. Oh, I'm just having a bad day. Oh, it's just whatever. But it's something worth paying attention to.
I get that. Plus, for those that don't know, I've got Cherokee in my heritage. So I do shamanic work, and I have, totems that I work with. One of my totems is a tiger, and he definitely... I feel the energy if it's someone hinky, because I feel his hackles going up, and it's like, of course, when that happens, usually the person leaves. They don't wait for me to even say it. It's like, ooh. I think my energy then, that's like, because no one wants to mess around with a tiger because they don't take no crap off nobody. So that protects me, I think, a lot. Sometimes to the point I probably don't pay attention as much as I should because I expect him to.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know?
But yeah, those instincts are important.
We've talked about this before. You know, I don't think about, like, my other job, I'm a cashier, and Rebecca worries about me sometimes, and it doesn't even cross my mind.
I know. I'm like, oh, be careful, you know? Well, you're a graveyard shift cashier, too, which is, like, super dangerous. But it's true, though. Like, you know that you're protected, and it's not in, like, a flippant kind of, I'll do what I want because I'm fine. But it's like a deep knowing. And really, which I also feel is very much the fool in the tarot, is just that faith and that deep knowing that you are protected. So you can take that leap. Mm-hmm. So that's what it feels like to me.
And what was fun
of course, I worry for you. I'm enough of a queen of cups that I am a worrier, and I worry people to death. It's like my anxiety disorder.
And the funny thing was the one time in all these years, and I've been a cashier since like 1986, so a long time. I've only been robbed once, and that was this year, as a matter of fact. And the tiger didn't even show up. I wasn't actually on register. I was training someone. It was like their second night.
Oh, man.
And it was a woman. And she had put the gun on the counter out of her pocket, and where I was standing on the other side, the register blocked it, so I couldn't see it. And she asked the cashier for the money, and the cashier's looking at me, and it's like a dead silence, and they're both looking at me, and I'm like, this is weird, what's going on? And I kind of leaned over, and I seen the gun, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, lady?
Oh, you just dropped the F-bomb, Tim! No, you didn't! Sorry, Eric! Oh, no!
But that's what I said. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, give her the money. And it was that simple, that quick, that, you know. It was so surreal because it wasn't scary at all. I never felt threatened. I don't even know if she had bullets in the gun, you know, because it was just so strange.
But yeah, you didn't feel afraid though, because you have, like, you know, you're protected. Like, you just know, you know. Yeah, I understand. I get it. No, what's at the bottom of the deck for this read?
The 9 of Swords.
The 9 of Swords. All right. Well, you know, that makes sense to me, because the 9 of Swords is like is your anxiety. That is your anxiety disorder. There's a little bit of illusion with the 9 of Swords too. Like, is it really that bad, or is it kind of in your mind? Is it that Swords mental construct? Mm-hmm. And you know, given the 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords, of course, it's a little sleepless. Yeah.
It's definitely that one. Well, for people that don't do the tarot and stuff, for me, the 9 of Swords, it's like that moment when you've had the horrible nightmare, and you woke yourself up because you're so scared, but in that split second, you don't know if the nightmare's real or if you're in reality now. So you're you're in the middle, which is so funny because that ties to me right back into that hanged man that keeps coming up for you. You know? I know you hate to hear that. But
no, yeah. It's true. And like I said, I thought I had done my time in 2013 by drawing the hangman. I thought it was done. I drew it again for 2014, so I got one more year. And then next year, in 2015, I'll draw, and hopefully I'll have moved forward, you know, and I won't be in the middle. I won't be hanging. Well, I'll have to let you know. But no, you're right. It's in the middle. It's waiting. It's that stasis, that period between, where you have to figure out.
But it is also a card of instinct.
Sure.
Because if you look at rational thought, that's not a card of rational thought. It's really a card on reaction. And that gut reaction.
Right.
Because it's like, you know what the truth is, and that's even if people are telling you the truth is something else. Because you know your truth. That's the great thing with the swords, is if they will cut through the illusion.
It's very true. The illusion of the devil, the illusion of whatever. Yeah, the Ace of Swords is all about truth. Absolutely. And truth is a double-edged sword. It really is. Yeah.
And as far as the reading, you got all the suits.
Yeah. At this point, it's very balanced in that way.
Yeah.
Oh, and we were speaking of the Empress with all these threes. I drew the Empress is at the bottom of my deck. So. Creation, but also some dissolution. Is that dissolving dissolution? Which I feel the Empress is, because she gives, but she also takes away. You know, she creates, she dissolves. It's very
Oh, that's so funny. I felt like I needed to pull one more card from the middle of my deck. I also got the Empress.
Yeah, I kind of feel like her in many ways. Well, and I feel like the Queen of Pentacles, in a way, is like the Empress also.
Yeah, and with...
Creation.
I mean, it's definitely about... It's about bringing newness into the thing, but what really is coming up for me with this is, and it's with the threes also, I'm really feeling the fates and the whole weaving the web of life, you know?
I like it.
And I mean, she's at her spinning wheel, so she's not just sitting there waiting for this new life to happen. She's proactively making it happen.
No, I agree. The Empress, very active card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Awesome. Well, we're actually coming up on time here.
Oh,
Tim, how can the viewers get in touch with you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook at Timothy's Tarot, or you can get me for a reading in person at Bell Book and Candle in Dover, Delaware. It's 678-4545.
All right, and I'm your host, Rebecca Brown. You can get in touch with me by emailing the show, thetarottalkshow@gmail.com, and check out my blog, 365daysoftarot.com, and my newest venture, Tarot Wow. So Tarot Words, Objects, Wanderings, that's what that is, .com. Got some good stuff up there. Be sure to like our Facebook page, The Tarot Talk Show, on Facebook, and tweet us on the Twitter, The Tarot Talk Show. You can also visit our website, thetarottalkshow.com, to access all of our pre-recorded episodes or previous episodes, guest bios, future shows, and more. So we will be back next week, same time, same place. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. So mote it be.